Hello guys, and welcome to HomeSense. We made it and we're here in HomeSense. HomeSense, if you don't know, it's like the sister store to HomeGoods. I think they originally put it in Canada, but they've moved it in the US too now. So if you're in Canada, you can check it out. I don't know if they have any anywhere else, but HomeSense is starting to trickle down in the US. So let's get to it. Now, all of the pillows in HomeSense at the moment, from what it seems, are all fall. There's nothing that they deviate from. Only fall, only seasonal, as well as the throws. But they have throws. I love me a good throw, so I'm okay with that. The throws match the pillows because they only have in HomeSense there are only the traditional fall colors. There aren't any blues, no purples, no rose gold, or well, probably rose gold, but there's nothing else other than the traditional colors: orange, yellow, and that red, that vibrant red that happens during fall. So if you're looking for anything else, HomeSense probably isn't the store for you, but you can still come in anyway because there's still a lot of nice things that you can probably pair with your non-traditional colors, because I feel like since it's all the same season, it's going to have the same style, so it's probably going to look right. It's probably going to look nice no matter if you all have all the same color or mix and match. Now, because HomeSense is a sister store, or however they consider it, to HomeGoods, there are probably a lot of things that are similar to what they have. Although I think after a while, all of the stores have similar things. You probably get it from the same place that they buy. But HomeSense has a lot of similar things to HomeGoods. So if you don't have a HomeGoods but only a HomeSense, but you saw some stuff in HomeGoods you want, you can probably go in here and find some of the stuff, not all of it, because a lot of it isn't the same, and vice versa. If you have no HomeSense but you have a HomeGoods, you can probably go on HomeGoods and see some of the stuff that you see in here and there, because HomeGoods, since the very first video I've done, they've added more. And I went to other locations. I guess it does depend on your location, because the other one I went to, they had so many wreaths and pumpkins is what they had in there, aplenty. But the other ones I go into, they had tabletop and all that kind of stuff. So if you don't have one, you have the other. Go in there, because you might luck out since they are under the same company. If you watched my HomeGoods video, you saw these pillows in there. I was in love with them. I was good though. I didn't buy them because I kept saying I don't need new pillows, and I didn't buy them. But that's another note. That's just to prove HomeSense and HomeGoods have a lot of similar things, because I didn't see this in like Marshalls or anywhere else. But these are the pillows that were in HomeGoods. $40. They're large. They're vibrant. They have like glitter, sparkle, shine, all that on there, and they're in like it shines in an orange color, like a burnt orange color. Gorgeous pillows. Like I said, you don't have one, go in the other. They actually had a lot of gnomes in here. They had a good amount. It wasn't like gnomes all over the place, but almost every section you went into, there was a gnome of some sort. If it was like plush, like a pillow, if it stood up, or even like a little whatever, put it in a yard, in a garden or something. They had gnomes. They had a lot of gnomes for days. And these gnomes here, they are 3 different sizes. One of them is kind of standing up on the shelf, so it looks like it's higher, but it's not. But they have 3 different sizes. They had one that's short, one that's slightly taller than that one, and they had the really tall one that you saw over there. They're not the same prices. I do remember they're not the same prices. I don't remember what they were because they didn't all have tags on them, because I wanted to get every price. But it's 3 different sizes, and they only vary in a few dollars, I believe. So you can get the whole collection and have them all sitting there, or put them around somewhere, or you can get them individually, or just like you just want the really big one, get the really big one. Doesn't really matter. But they had plenty of gnomes, and those gnomes came in multiple sizes, but they all had the same outfit. I felt like they should have switched up the outfit, or had them all in the same outfit but in different colors. They could have twisted that up a little bit, flipped it up a little bit. I will say, and here's another gnome. I will say that they did not have that many. Actually, I don't think they had wall signs. I think everything was in there was tabletop. Now that I think about it, so there were no wall signs, none that I could see. There was no section for them or anything like that. I just saw tabletop, and I guess a few pieces you can put outside or like decor, like couches and stuff like that, or pillows. So there aren't actually, I'm thinking, and I mean, we'll watch the video together, but I don't believe they have any wall signs. So if you're looking for that, you're out of luck in HomeSense, unless the one you have has them. But I don't come in here that frequently, but the few times I do have come in here, since I don't come here that often, I'm trying to remember, I don't think they really have that much in wall sign selection, like in general, not just for seasonal, but they had like maybe one canvas with daisies on it, and I don't even think that was supposed to be for the fall. It just happened to be daisies, so there weren't really pictures for fall. That's why actually, yep, there was none in this video because they didn't have any. They just had that one random canvas, and then as a whole, they didn't really have any. I think they had like 6 canvases in total in the whole store, so maybe they're not they don't really focus on that, or they just didn't have any in at the time, or the one I go to just doesn't get that many in. It's no big deal. You can always go to HomeGoods. Now, if you've been watching me, you know I'm pumpkined out, and at this point they are all the same. Like, no matter where you go, they're pretty much the same. It just depends on what store you go to. Same textures, same styles and all that. I don't see any difference from store to store, so I'm not really showing pumpkin prices in this one. I don't think you all need any at this point. You can go probably to another video I did post the pumpkins in the beginning, but I am so pumpkined out. As you all know, I was already drained this season from pumpkins, but going in these stores, everybody has so many pumpkins this year. I've never seen so many before in my life. So if you look for the price, I didn't put that up in this video, but you can go in. They probably, from what I remember, they're between $7.99 and like $24.99 if you get like a big one, or one that has a lot of fancy detailing on it. Their floral selection is not too large, it's not too small, it's just right. It's like the 3 little bears, the 3 bears, because some stores, they kind of overdid it in my opinion. Some of them had way too many wreaths, way too many flower options, and then because after a while it just repeated. Not like Hobby Lobby, because they had so many, but it didn't repeat. And hold on, this butterfly, love that butterfly. It doesn't go with anything, but I love that butterfly, and I considered it for a second since I can't get my little acorn or my owl, since they didn't have it at HomeGoods when I went back in there. But anyway, they had a decent amount of flowers. They had the garland, they had wreaths, they had the little centerpieces, so they have a good amount. So it's varying in style and in color, but it's not so much where you'll feel overwhelmed or you'll feel like you're repeating the same thing over and over again. So I did like that I didn't have to go through every little bitty thing when it came to the flower section, the wreath section. The pieces in here are pretty much the same quality as most other stores I've gone to. Obviously, it's going to be the same quality as HomeGoods since they're the same company. So it's not like cheap. It's not super grand that it should be in like Neiman Marcus or anything. So it's good prices. It's a good medium. And the prices are decent if you're wondering if you've never been in HomeSense, because I know they're not that accessible in the US. I don't know about anywhere else, but in the US they're kind of seems pickier with their locations than they are with HomeGoods. So in here it's pretty much the same standard, and the only thing is I feel like they have better furniture selections. HomeGoods has furniture, but I feel like it's just okay, this piece is available, so let's just get it. With HomeSense, I feel like they actually look for these furniture pieces to put in their store rather than just grabbing whatever is there. Not that the furniture in HomeGoods is bad or anything. I just feel like looking at the furniture in here, there's just a different thought process behind purchasing. Now, admittedly, when I saw the $200 price tag on this, I spun this around several times trying to figure out why. I don't know why. I don't know the brand, so maybe it's because of the brand. Because they do have Martha Stewart in here. We're about to get to that in a couple of minutes. So, like some of the pieces at random cost a little more than others, but like I said, it's pretty much the same price range, nothing to worry about. And did you know that you can now shop on HomeGoods? I did not know that. I found that out a few weeks ago. But the selection online isn't the same as the selection in store. Is very slimmed down, probably because there will be a lot to have to ship out. So I guess just things that they have in higher quantity, or I guess they're thinking now, buy these in higher quantities now so that we can sell them, because some stores might get some things that other ones don't have. So I can only imagine how that is if you buy online. But you can buy online with HomeGoods. I didn't see that you can buy online with HomeSense yet, but I do know HomeGoods you can. So that's good news. So if you don't have a HomeSense, try HomeGoods. And if you don't have either, go online, because you might be able to find some things on HomeGoods website that you can purchase. Personally, in-store is 10 times better, but who knows? Maybe you'll luck out. Try it anyway. And this is the Martha Stewart collection I was talking about. The vases, I love them. The jet black, the clean, the plain, I love this look. And it was the same pot, but it was different colors. I think it was just two, but I like this collection. I was surprised to see Martha Stewart in there, but I feel like they probably get Martha Stewart all the time, and I probably overlook HomeGoods. They probably get it too. But I was surprised to see it in here since I never saw it before. Doesn't seem like something they would have, but then on the other hand, maybe it does. I don't know. But they have Martha Stewart, and it's two types of flowers. The one you just saw, I don't know what flower. I don't really know the names of flowers. I'm sorry, but they have two types of flowers, and then one flower comes in two different colors. Now with this piece here, I couldn't even tell what was going on with it. I don't know if it's broken or if the pieces got somebody shoved that in there. What it looked to me was like somebody shoved in a candle and somebody shoved in a wreath, like a little tiny one. But then when I looked a little closer, it seems like maybe the candle belongs in there, but the wreath doesn't. I don't know what happened with that. So, but then I look at this one and there's a wreath and then there's the candle. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that one was broken. So that's what it actually is supposed to look like. This right here, this is a smaller one. So that's my guess. It makes sense, educated guess, that that was supposed to be the pumpkin, the garland, candle inside the garland glued down to the pumpkin. baking. They had the baking pots, the baking pan, the baking stuff right here. These were all clearly part of the same collection. I love them. They were cute. It was like in the shape of, I guess, pumpkin ridges, I think is what it was supposed to look like, and I liked it. If you wanted to put that, I feel like the stuff like this, I wouldn't necessarily bake in it. I would bake in my usual stuff, and then I would take my stuff and put it inside of these. That's what I usually do with my baking pans that are like made from this material. I don't usually bake with those because it's gonna take too long. I usually bake and then toss it in there, and I think the presentation's still nice. You can't tell the difference. But with these, if you baked it like that, you would have the little pumpkin ridges, so it will come out looking pumpkin-esque, I guess, depending on what you make, your loaf, whatever it is, your mac and cheese. And then you can make like they have even the smaller ones. You can put your soups, you can put your sides in there, because you don't have to bake in there. You can just hold it for your food, hold it for even your desserts. So I think this is a nice, cute little set. They had the big ones, the small ones, all of that kind of stuff. This is something that I would consider doing if I kind of went there with my baking and shapes. I want to do it eventually one day, but for right now, I'm okay for the most part with my shapes just being typical cakes, typical cookies or whatever. But once holidays come around, fall comes around, Christmas come around, I do start trying to want to, test out new methods and experiment here and there with different shapes. So I might end up getting something like that, but more than likely I probably won't. I'm not that interested now, and what's the point in spending money on something I'm just not that interested in? But here you go if you're interested in it. The baking sheets will have your cookies, your muffins, your little pies, whatever it is, actually looking like those shapes. I think it was like acorns and leaves. That was impressive. That did make me like kind of hesitate and try to decide, do I really want to get this? I did kind of, hesitate for a second considering it. The only thing that I really did consider was this pot right here, because I love it. I love the lid. Take it off. I love that. But that's something that's a centerpiece, and I didn't want to take it away from my table, but that's up to you. Do you mind having your dishes you could do that. You could have your dishes, your pots, your pans, your forks, whatever it may be the centerpiece. You don't have to have an actual centerpiece. You don't have to have your tables all done up. Your pots and pans, your serving dishes, they can be your centerpiece. I don't know, that's kind of a thought. Why go through all the drama with one thing? Because you want your food to really be enjoyable, and when things look different, like when you dye eggs or something, you want to eat it more. If this presentation is more of a pumpkin thing or whatever the case may be, that might make the food taste better. Sometimes it does with me. I see the shape or I see the color and my mind tells me, oh, this tastes even better, even though it's exactly the same. But either way, this could be a definite centerpiece without actually having a centerpiece. That's the gist of what I'm saying. And they have trucks. Everybody has to have a truck. They have it, and they actually have green. I haven't seen a green truck yet this season, but these the pumpkins in the back of these trucks look like they're just gonna roll right out. I gotta be honest. It looks like pleather that if you move that truck a little too fast, it's gonna just tip right over. You can add to it. It's space in there where you could add your own. And honestly, technically, you could just rip it out and put whatever you wanted in there, or just leave it alone. But the pumpkins in the back, I ain't feeling those. Look a little cheap. But this turkey right here, I like this turkey. It's the little beading. I like that. I like the trim it seems to have around it. Like, it looks like it has a seam. I like that little touch. It's kind of not to the point actually. It's very detailed, but it's not overly detailed and dramatic, which is like, why did they do all that? I like it. It's a lot going on, but in a good way. Because of the section these were in, I felt like they were supposed to be coasters, but then at the same time, what can you sit on here? So I don't know if these are coasters or if these are just like little leaf decals. This doesn't look like a coaster at all, so I don't think that is, but I'm not sure what these were supposed to be, because I don't think it would be smart to have all that beading on a coaster. So I think these are just like decals that you can put around wherever you're planning on putting them, on a table or something. This section was all for the table, and that's why I'm going to go out on a limb and say maybe it's decals for the table but not a cup holder. I mean coaster. I don't know, I couldn't tell you, but don't use it as a coaster. The beaten, if you're drinking something hot, your hot cocoa, I feel like the beaten isn't going to work for a coaster. But if they did make it to be one, then it should be okay. If not, I don't suggest trying to give it that purpose, because who knows how the beaten will react to it. But the little teacup they had, I thought it was just one cup, and I'm thinking you're just selling one little tiny teacup, but no, that was an entire set. It wasn't just one, and since it was a set, I wanted it, but I refrained from buying it. I'm proud of myself. Now, if you watch my Joann Fabrics video, you heard me talking about a wreath I couldn't decide between Joann's and this one. This is that wreath. I had to put this in here. This is the wreath I was talking about. Isn't it gorgeous? But look, you can see two of the pumpkins look like they about to pop right off and slide and hit the ground. That wreath is absolutely gorgeous. But looking back at it again, I'm just thinking, there's no way in the world I can get that wreath, because it's just gonna fall apart. But then looking at it, it's like there's no way in the world I can't not get that wreath, because look at how stinking gorgeous it is. So it's between that one and between the other one. I know last week I said, I'm gonna finalize my decision. I didn't, but sitting here watching it back, I just can't let that wreath go. But then I look at the pumpkins about to fall off. That's what made me hesitate in the first place. But you know what? I'm willing to just buy it. It's only $40. I don't want to waste money, but at the same time, it's only $40. I can always just hot glue it back on. As long as I don't lose a pumpkin, my cats don't take it off somewhere. So that's the pumpkin. I mean, that pumpkin, that is the wreath that has won. It was between that one and the other one at Joann's. This one won. That's it. It's settled. I've been thinking about this since July, and it's only taken until the end of September. Fall's almost here, and I'm just now finalizing it. Ain't that a mess? This wheelbarrow is actually Rae Dunn. I noticed while I was in there were quite a few Rae Dunn items in there. I don't know if Rae Dunn is done or not, but I don't see it as much, at least in HomeGoods. discovered Ray Dunn last year. I never heard of it before then. I don't know if it was, I'm pretty sure it was out before then, but it was just Ray Dunn everywhere. Everywhere I looked, there was Ray Dunn. I'll be shopping. Women will come in there looking for it. Men will come in there looking for their wives. But I haven't seen it as much as I did last year. But in HomeSense, they had a lot of Ray Dunn. It wasn't like on the nose like it usually is, you know, the signature look. But they had a lot of it. Some of even the flowers, I think, were like with the ones with the pot. Even some of them, I think, were Ray Dunn. So if you're still looking for that, if you can't find it anywhere, they had a good amount in here, and they had it in all different types of forms. Like I said, with potted plants, they had it with a little wheelbarrow, and I think in a few other items, and I even think maybe baking dishes, I'm not sure. But Ray Dunn is in HomeSense. Go look for it. It's there. And here is the cake dish that gave me so much hassle. I was over here for probably 3 minutes trying to get this thing. I had my phone in one hand trying to film, and then I was trying to rotate that without dropping it, because if I would have picked that up, it would have fell and that thing would have shattered. It's very heavy. It's not so heavy where you can't lift it, but that thing is heavy. It's the heaviest cake dish I picked up. But it's an acorn. It had, I think, leaves on the top. I was trying to at least pull it out as far as I can. And the bottom is like leather or maybe pleather. I don't know. Kind of felt a little like leather. It's the shape of an acorn. That is cute. That is different. Put that on your table. I loved it. But it's heavy. It's very heavy. I've never felt a cake dish so heavy before in my life. But cake dishes, they're very seldom are they light anyway. But that one was heavy even for me. They had the large, I think these are glass blown. I didn't look at any tags to see or whatever, but these are glass blown. They are huge. And for the price, I couldn't find the price on this vase right here. I tried, but this, I know I had to probably flip it over. On the larger items, they do typically put the price on the tag, but either the tag came off that had the price on it, or for some reason they put the price on the bottom. And if they put that price on the bottom, there was no way in the world I was gonna flip that over with one hand, because that would have broken as sure as I'm sitting here, and I was not doing it. But they had a lot of these. They had two colors, three I think actually. They had it in orange, they had it in clear, and I think they had it in red. I'm not sure. I think they had it in red too. So they were huge. These are tall vases that you can sit up on the floor, and they will reach up very, I want to say they are, let's say 4 feet. They may be 3-4 feet, something like that, but they are very tall, and they were nice. But I just looked at them and I'm like, shatter. That's all I saw. Shatter. Cats shattering them. People not paying attention, walking by, knocking them over. But these were they were very gorgeous. That's something that I genuinely want, but I have to make sure I can put it in an area where it's not high traffic, because I feel high traffic areas will make it just, it's just a bad idea. It's a bad idea, and when it's as beautiful as they are, you don't want to go there. This was a section when you first walk in, they had this right there. So many people came in. Even when I first came in, I went straight for this area. They have it set up just so like you can get an idea. I didn't see these pillows up there on the out there for sale. I mean, you can buy the ones on the couch, but they had it set up so that you can get an idea what it would look like in your home, and I loved it. It's like a really cozy fall. It wasn't over the top, even though it's just a couch and some chairs and a little table, but it really did give you an idea. And I don't know why I chopped that pillow. I hate pillow chopping. I didn't even know that was a thing until I started watching videos on YouTube. It looks to me like somebody sat on the pillow and didn't fluff it back out. That's just me. I did for the first time last year kind of chop 2 little pillows that I had for fall, ironically, and I did like the way they look. Other than that, I don't like the chopping thing, but I did that, I guess because it was already kind of chopped anyway, and I wanted to show you if you do like doing it, those were very choppable. And that will bring us to the end of our HomeSense shopping spree. Yeah, go out, spoil yourself, go do a shopping spree. Why not? You deserve it. Or actually, no, don't do that because Christmas is right around the corner, and I don't know about you, but I'm saving already. I started saving in July anyway. But yeah, don't spend too much. With that being said, next week we are headed off to Marshall's to see what they have to offer us. So grab your bags, we're heading in store. With that being said, I'm your hostess and empress, Nikki T. Thanks for visiting my empire. Deuces!